How's it going? Want to make this video about mental gymnastics and kind of just from an understanding of uh, why we do mental gymnastics and the logical, analytical processes of the human mind, the programming, if you will, that we were given in this life. So basically, from a young age, being put through the educational system and given, critical thinking, logical, calculating, you know, uh, programming through, like I said, the education system and whatnot. Always being, tested or, forced to, expected rather, to remember things and to prove yourself that you can apply certain things and you can learn certain things. And regardless if that is for you, if that resonated with you or not, it did something as it made you think in a more logical, analytical way, and less of a imaginative, creative way. Now, the mental gymnastics thing, just getting right into it, from my current perspective, has always been a thing of, they've always, seemed like that logical part of trying to control, and that resistance in the mental gymnastics were always just there, but kind of were the driving force for a lot of my decision making. As in, like, rather than my intuition and my inspiration, it was more so of like, what makes sense, what is logically the best decision. And as I tried year by year to figure out my life and to make a logical decision, I realized that doesn't resonate with me, because I would always, it was like I couldn't make up my mind. And when I did make up my mind and made a plan, it wouldn't, for whatever reason, I just didn't have the inspiration, or it was like I was just making a decision based on what I thought I had to do, or what but it got to a point to where I couldn't feel like I couldn't do that stuff anymore. Like I couldn't do what I'm not inspired to do anymore. And I like to think a lot of people are coming to this place in life, and it's hard to fake it anymore. It's hard to fake and as the ego desires kind of fade away, and you become more I guess enlightened, or whatever the word is, more aware, the less you care about certain things. But that being said, from my current perspective, I do not resonate rather with the illusion of choice. Like, I never felt like meant, either at the level of the mind or the body, that I've had any choice. It just felt like I was on a set path, and then retrospectively I could say, oh, I did that, I should have done this, I should have done that. But it just felt like things were just happening, and the only thing that was connecting me to those were the mental gymnastics, and saying, well, if I didn't think this, or if I didn't do this, then that couldn't have happened, or whatever it was. So I think it's important to recognize that the mental gymnastics are, for whatever reason, just a part of the mind through the programming, and an automatic process of, whether that is supposed to be the bridge to help you figure things out mentally or not, or if you want to look at it as like, the devil, or whatever religious terms of like that thing that's trying to take you out of the present moment and taking you, you know, into the robotic side of the mind. All just being concepts, of course, but you know, the mental gymnastics are definitely, I've noticed, definitely there and definitely a part of this experience. So it's just about becoming aware of them and, you know, kind of transcending them and going with the highest level, what you resonate with the most with. If you don't resonate with the mental gymnastics and you feel like you don't have the energy to even entertain them anymore, then yeah, they can still be running, but you know, at the end of the day, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. And if you constantly feel like, you know, you can never just relax because you're always like feeling like you got to figure your life out, or you got to think of the next thing you're gonna do, or figure out how you're gonna solve this issue, then that you can't be in the present moment. You can't feel good doing that, because you're not, you know, that's resistance. And it's about accepting the experience and rather than resisting. But at the same time, it's easy to say, well, if I'm having trouble, you know, accepting my experience. My experience is, you know, is causing a lot of, you know, suffering. How can I accept that? And then even if, okay, I accept it, then what? You know, these are questions I've asked myself a lot. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, we're still in this life, you know, we have to live this life. So, you know, the best thing, you know, I guess to say, for have something to say, is if, you know, just become aware of the mental gymnastics, and, you know, don't partake in them if you don't resonate with them anymore. You know, if you feel like they're just spinning you in loops and creating more suffering, then just become aware of it, and, you know, remind yourself that everything's happening, it's all automatic, and everything's going to unfold how it's meant to unfold. Now, if you want to connect you know, a seeming future to those things and say this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and have a plan, and kind of have faith that that's going to unfold the way that you decide it is, then if you can do that, then do that. If you can't, then just try to stay as present as you possibly can, and, you know, and do the things that you enjoy in this experience, and just try not to let other people's programming, the mass consciousness programming, have too much of a pull on you, as although it will have a pull, and the resistance will be there, and the mental gymnastics will be there. But for the sake of saying something, you know, try your best to not partake in them, or if you do, kind of shift your awareness back to the present moment and whatever resonates with you. But yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and take care.